Tonight, what would this world be without heroes? We'd have a lot better action movies. And then, the wolf doesn't concern itself with the opinions of the sheep. And later, is there going to be another government shutdown? Does that mean the purge will start again? There's no stopping us now because we're live.
John wants answers.
Oh no, we got to play 60 Minutes
Give John
song.
answers.
Movie.
John wants answers. Give John answers now.
I'm John Thompson.
I'm Keith Stattenfield.
I'm Jim too.
I'm John Vink.
I'm Jennifer Sim.
I'm AJ Minnick. Those stories tonight on John Wants Answers.
Check your calendar. If it says February 14th, 2019, then we're live. And it's Valentine's Day. So thank you for speeding up all of your previous love stuff to be earlier in the evening so that now you can join us live for this wonderful presentation. And I brought some chocolates so we can eat chocolates during the show. It has a nice heart on it.
Wow. I forgot to tweet, so I'm quick doing that.
My guest tonight is Keith Stattenfield because we couldn't get anybody better. And why can't we get anyone better? Because Keith is a hero. That's right, you can't get anything better than a hero. So let me tell you, I was at the library, not this Saturday, but last Saturday. Before that. I was there, and then I came upon this big wall of celebration of Keith Stattenfield. Let's see the picture. It said right there.
Yeah.
It said, congratulations.
That's me.
2019 Library Hero, Keith Stattenfield.
Santa Clara City Library.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was hanging out there, and then some guy just got up and started talking about you.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, let's see this guy talking about you.
All right.
Let's see this guy talking about you. Yeah, look, see this guy.
that guy.
Who is that guy?
He was last year's Library Hero.
Oh, what's his name?
I can't for the life of me remember.
Mr. Bird, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
BYRD.
Yeah. And so he said many things about you.
He did.
And
most of them were true.
They were, I think, as far as I can tell, they're all true. And so why are you the hero of the library?
Well, I mean, I have volunteered and served on the foundation for the library for 8 years and done other things for the library
8 years?
over time. Yeah, 8 years.
So long that they told you to go away.
Yes. I
got
termed off the board.
Turned off the board, right? And you were president at one point.
I was president of the Library Foundation for 2 years.
They made it sound like without you, they could have never opened the North
That's
Shore
not true.
Library.
No, many people contributed and made that happen.
Okay.
I was one of them.
You're one of them.
But I mean, I got to give the big speech at the opening of the library after our state senator and state representative.
What did you say? You said
I called them on the carpet for not opening the library earlier.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good stuff. So then the mayor of Santa Clara gave you an award. Let's see that. Look there. There's
an award.
What's her name?
That's Elisa Gilmore.
Lisa Gilmore, current mayor of Santa Clara.
Yes. And the award is from California State Legislature.
I bet we have a picture of that too.
Yes.
Let's see a picture of the award you got. Wow.
Yeah, that's the one.
California State Assembly.
Yeah, I got
Right.
it. Which is one house of the legislature.
Here, let's zoom in on that a little bit to see what it says.
Okay.
There it is. Look.
Yeah.
On behalf of the California State Assembly.
Assemblymember Kansen Chu.
Kansen Chu.
He's my representative
Okay.
in the California Assembly.
On the second day of February, Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Are you going to relive this day forever and ever?
Sure.
So you got that award for your many years of recognition, blah, 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 blah. It's on the screen.
Yeah, we had a lovely fundraiser.
Yeah.
Brought in $70K for the library.
What is an assembly member?
Well, California, like most states, has a bicameral legislature. There's a Senate and a House.
Okay.
And the Assembly is the House.
Okay, so he's like my...
He's not yours.
Well, if I equate him to the federal level, he'd be in the House of Representatives.
Correct.
Okay, and he'd have to be elected every 2 years.
Yes.
Okay.
In California, they're also elected every 2 years.
And so then all the bills have to go through both houses?
Correct.
And so he's in the one house?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not all. You got another award.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Look at this
Oh,
award.
yeah.
What award is that?
Well, that's from the foundation itself.
Okay. So the foundation loved you, and then the state decided they loved you too.
Yeah.
Who do you think loves you more?
Probably the foundation.
Foundation.
Yeah.
So like I think I'm partly responsible
Okay.
for you being declared the hero of the library, and I'll tell you why.
I'm listening.
We did a show here
Yeah.
a few months ago, and I know you don't remember the shows we do.
I
But-
don't.
I did a show about libraries,
Okay.
and I dragged out of you,
Yeah.
how great they were,
Okay. Yes.
and so
When was that show?
it was in 2018,
Okay.
and we talked
Because
about
they
libraries.
asked me a while ago.
I'm sure after they saw my episode, they were
Okay.
like, clearly that's
I'm
the
sure
man.
that was it. I can
That's
ask.
the man.
I
Yeah,
can check.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
you can
I
find
can
out.
let you know.
And though that guy, Mr. Bird,
Mr. Bird.
he didn't limit his comments to your work.
He did
with
not.
the library.
No, it was expansive.
There's a planning commission for the city you were
I was
on.
on the planning commission for 8 years.
8 years till they got sick of you there as well.
Yeah.
Key Point Credit Union,
Like 20 years.
20 years. Are they sick of you yet, or are you still there?
Probably both.
Okay. You're not sure on either of those. Are you still the Homeowners Association president?
Yes, like 26 years.
I remember one time you're president of the Homeowners Association.
Yeah.
And it was New
Could be
Year's
26
Eve.
years. Could be 23 years.
Okay. Yeah, it was New Year's Eve.
Yes.
And there's some hooligans using your pool.
Yeah.
And you get to go out there as
did.
president and tell them to get out of there.
Get out of there.
And I decided
drunken
guys.
hooligans, as it turned out.
And I went with you
Yeah.
to be the muscle.
Sure. Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
intention in my head. That was what I was going to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. We both. I mean, they left after we asked them to.
we came. Well, there was one guy belligerent who
Yeah.
wasn't going to leave if we asked him to. But his other friends who were not nearly as belligerent.
Belligerent or drunk.
Or drunk.
We're like,
We're
we got to go.
Dude, yeah, we got to go.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna call the policeman.
So I learned at the celebration
Yes.
of you in the library.
Yeah. well,
I thought libraries were just about they have books.
yeah.
And if you want a book, you can borrow a book
Yeah.
and give it back.
That was it.
And DVD. So it's that and
Okay.
DVD.
Sure. Yeah.
And then I learned they had people speaking
Yeah.
about all the other programs that the
Yeah.
library
There's
offers.
tons of stuff in libraries.
They had these two ladies who are not from these parts.
Nope.
Foreigners, didn't know how to speak English.
Yes, they have English classes.
Came to the library, take ESL, English Second Language classes, and they gave a little speech in English.
yeah.
And we all listened to them and heard them, and they sounded great.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
they were English speakers.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, so the library does
Yeah.
plenty of great things.
Yeah, like we have a citizenship thing there every year.
They
The
help
ceremony, everyone waves the flags.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I once went through the.
I know you did.
I became.
That's
a
why I
citizen.
mentioned it.
I didn't get my award at the library. I went to the
you
Campbell,
went to the Campbell
Community
thing.
Center or something. It's really an easy test.
Yeah, maybe Campbell doesn't have a library.
I don't know.
They probably do.
I don't even live in Campbell, so I don't know why they picked
Yeah.
that city for me, but they did. Well, so that's why Keith is on the show tonight, because he's a hero.
Okay. Why mind the show all the other nights?
We're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, me too.
I got a feeling I'm missing some cards. Because
Okay.
I know.
Topic 1.
We'll be taking your tweets.
Yeah.
You can
we
tweet
will.
us tonight at John Wants Answer.
Yeah.
And then later in the show, we'll read your tweets.
We don't have a lot of topics, so tonight's a good night to tweak.
Sent a lot of tweets.
Yeah.
We're hoping that the hero thing would take up all the time.
Okay.
You can contact us also at johnwantsanswers.com. So if you don't want to tweet us,
Yeah.
you can comment us, send us comments from there.
Yeah. What about the Facebook page? Can they post to the Facebook page?
They can, and I'll read them like later.
Like
in the-
later.
in
Like
the
why
future,
don't
like
you
tonight.
read the Facebook page during the show?
I've got too many devices here I got to be like plugged into. I can only check so many things.
Okay. I'm just saying, you always say how much you hate Twitter.
I do hate Twitter. That's why I
So,
prefer the
you,
emails.
but you like Facebook, so why don't you just ditch Twitter? Why don't you let
Because
some spammer take up the John one?
kids today like the Twitter.
Kids are on Instagram or
Yeah. I don't understand Instagram.
something. Yeah, no, me neither.
Is it all about pictures? It sounds like it's just about pictures.
I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. They're probably not on the Instagram anymore. There's probably another thing the kids are on.
I am on Instagram, and I only post like my genuine artistic landscape photography on there.
Well,
It's for photos.
yeah. How's it working out?
People like my photos.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone asked to get one to hang in their living room?
Yes.
Wow.
I am in three. Okay. Three for sure I know of.
Okay. Is
Like,
one
I've
of them
seen-
yours?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen them in the living rooms.
Okay.
Now, I've also sold photos through a gallery.
Wow.
Like 12.
Wow.
And so they must be, I imagine, in living rooms.
Sure.
Because they weren't
You're not
cheap.
gonna
Yeah.
use a gallery to launder money and then just throw away the photo afterwards.
I guess not. We have big news. More affiliates. We keep getting more and more affiliates.
Yeah.
So this month,
Stunningly, my residual check never changes.
that's right. So the Bourne Community TV in Bourne, Massachusetts. They're joining us. No surprise, Massachusetts are near Boston because every station near Boston has us on.
Okay.
And if you didn't believe that, Salem Access Television in Salem, Massachusetts.
Wow.
Also. And they had like witches there.
How many?
I wonder if they're like, think they're tired of being associated with witches, or you think that's their big tourist draw,
I think
and so they enjoy it.
some of both.
Okay. So I'm not saying my shows there involve witchcraft.
They don't.
You know.
they're this show.
This show, and then now we're expanding into new states. South Portland Community TV in South Portland, Maine, our first Maine station.
Wow.
We are now in.
That's got to be at least 2 hours away from Massachusetts.
So let's look at the stars. Are they showing the new stars yet? I can't tell.
How? Even if they were.
Okay, yeah, I see a blinking star where South Portland, Maine is.
Okay. Whatever.
So, welcome to the show. And if you are seeing me now, send us like a tweet or an email, and then
Yeah,
I'll send you like a coffee mug or something. I have a whole pile of these in my garage.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
I got way too many.
Yeah.
We have some old business. If you recall last month,
I don't. But go on.
we were talking about chickens and eggs.
Chickens and eggs.
Where chickens come from.
Yes.
And you were saying that, like every couple of days,
Yeah.
maybe twice a week,
Yeah.
chickens lay eggs.
I believe they do.
And so I got to thinking, I was in my backyard, watching all the birds fly by.
Yeah.
I have like all these doves and
Yeah.
other birds. Why isn't my entire backyard completely filled with eggs? Because I have so many birds just flying
Well,
by. And if they're making one every 2 days.
Most birds are not making eggs that often.
No?
Like chickens have been, through thousands of years of breeding, we have sped up the number of eggs they're laying.
Are they genetically modified, would you say?
Yes.
Yes, so all
in
eggs-
some sense, not in the GMO twiddling with DNA sense, but in the let's keep the
Selective
chickens
breeding.
that lay more eggs sense.
Selective breeding, right?
Yeah.
Did you know
No.
you have never eaten a banana that wasn't GMO? Because the original bananas are like this big, they're tiny.
Well, they're not GMO. They're
And so they were
selectively bred.
selective bred,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
kind of like that,
Yeah.
to be bigger.
Yeah. Like most, and that's not true because I've had apple bananas.
You've had apple bananas?
Yeah, they're a different kind of banana.
Are
They're
they
much
just-
smaller.
do they
they're
taste like
firmer.
apples?
They have a little bit of an apple taste.
Do they grow on trees like apples?
No, they
Okay.
grow on
What are
bushes
bananas?
like bananas.
Bananas grow in bushes?
Well,
I've never seen a banana tree. So I don't know what I don't even know where bananas come from. Like, I know they're grown out of the ground, but I don't know if they're like on a tree, on a bush, on a vine,
kind of
like a grapevine.
bushish.
Have you seen one growing on a bush?
Seen documentaries.
Documentaries.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun.
Yeah, enjoy bananas while you can. There's this fungus that's wiping them out worldwide.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of bananas, so that wouldn't bother me too much.
Okay. Well,
Okay. So, I don't have my piece of paper here. I need a piece of paper. I need this one. All right. Let's see the board of topics. Tonight on the show, we have historical months, Canadian wildlife, poor leadership, a criminal mind, Keith and John get it on, and finally, creepy or hilarious. So, Keith,
I mean, those last two topics are almost the same.
creepy or hilarious, and Keith and John get it on.
I'm going to go pick Canadian wildlife. I'm going to buck the trend.
All right, what do we have there? The wolf.
The wolf is a misunderstood animal with a long history of persecution. His eerie howl is one of the most awe-inspiring wilderness sounds. While its numbers are few in the United States, the wolf is still quite common in northern Canada. Wolves on Arctic islands are often snow white, while those found in eastern forests are usually gray-brown. Wolves are gregarious and family life is highly organized. The dominant wolf holds his tail high and eats first. Other members usually know their place, so fights are uncommon. Pups are born in a den and may be cared for by several members of a family group. For more information about the wolf, contact the Canadian Wildlife Service, Ottawa.
And we're back, and we have tweets. We have
Okay.
tweets today from Yvonne. Now, Yvonne, I talked to Yvonne earlier today.
Yeah.
And Yvonne was concerned I was going to be too mean to you on tonight's episode.
Wow.
Because I was going to buy the cheapest chocolate I could find.
Did you buy
Which
the
I did.
cheapest chocolate? Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, no, because I could have spent
could have,
$1 for less chocolates, but I spent $3
Okay.
for this amount of chocolates.
Okay.
You haven't had any yet. Or
I
you
haven't.
did?
You haven't had it yet either.
Me neither. No. Caramelly. Ooh, it's got white. It's like an egg.
Yeah. There should be a key in here.
A key? There's no key.
Should have paid extra for a key.
So Yvonne asks, are you guys saying library? I was saying library.
Library.
So yeah, we have the R in there. And then Yvonne asks,
I mean, you are mispronouncing Massachusetts, but I wasn't going to mention that one.
how would you say Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
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 What
It's very hard to pronounce.
am I saying?
Like we should make them rename that state.
Yeah. And or Kansas. I think they misspelled it too.
Okay.
Anyways, what acts of heroism are in Keith's future? How are you going to be a hero in the future after
I
this?
don't know. That's really that might have been the pinnacle of my life. Is
You
the
think
problem.
you spent
Like
all your...
what if I never do anything more heroic than that?
I can't imagine you would. Well, I'm not
Okay,
trying to say that
thanks.
you're not
Yeah,
very
yeah.
heroic. but
Okay, Yvonne, you were right. He was mean to me tonight.
You're so heroic with this library.
Yeah,
how
I'm
do you
gonna have
top it?
trouble topping it. That's yeah.
All right. That's all the tweets we have.
Yeah.
You can buy a hero tonight and buy me coffee. Okay, so let's see the board of topics again. What do you pick tonight? Again, next.
I'm gonna go with poor leadership for 200.
Okay, what do we have there? Government shutdown.
That makes sense.
I remember we did a show last month about government shutdown.
Yeah.
Because we were in the shutdown.
Well, the whole government was.
Yes.
Well, no, part of the government was. Go on.
And then they got out of the shutdown. And here we are talking again about shutdown because now we think it's imminent again.
I don't think it's imminent again.
No?
Like it could be imminent, but it's not.
So when we got out of the shutdown,
Yeah.
why did that only last for like a couple weeks?
Because they just agreed we'll pass a bill that'll last a couple weeks. And in those couple weeks, we're going to talk and we're going to negotiate and we're going to fix it for reals.
Okay. So they just need like an extension.
Yeah, it was like an extension.
Okay. So we almost got this. Gives 2 more weeks, and then we'll get it.
Yeah.
Was it just coincidental that the State of the Union address was in those 2 weeks?
Correct. Yeah, the
Okay.
State of the Union address would have always been then.
Yeah, yeah.
Ish.
Okay. Now, we're near the end of the 2 weeks.
3 weeks, but I think.
Oh, it's 3 weeks.
I think it's 3 weeks.
When does the 3 weeks officially
Saturday.
end? Saturday. Oh, I'm flying on Sunday, so hope they fix this before Sunday.
Yes.
Now, today, Congress and the Senate both passed. What did they pass? A budget?
The House and the Senate
The House and the Senate.
passed resolutions funding the remaining 20-ish% of the government, which wasn't funded by the bills they passed last fall.
Okay.
Government's big,
Uh huh.
and every year Congress passes a whole bunch of bills that fund different things. And
So it's not just
general,
one bill. It's not just one bill that funds everything.
fiscal years for the government starts October 1st.
Right.
And so before October 1st, they're supposed to have passed bills that tell the government how they can spend money from October 1st through September 30th of the next year.
Okay.
And they got bills passed that funded most of the government for this entire next year, starting last October,
Okay.
before October 1st. And they couldn't agree on the last one. And so they passed what's called a continuing resolution. They said, let's just spend exactly the same amount of money with little tweaks as we spent the year before.
Okay.
And we'll do that for 3 months. So that got them through like early December.
Okay. And that's when.
Well, that got them through, I think, December 1st. And then they like passed another bill that added like another week or two.
Okay.
They're like, hey, we're going to get this whole budget thing done. We'll just add 14 days. Clearly, by the middle of December, we'll have passed a bunch of bills. Everything will be fine. And they got to the middle of December, and they did not pass any bills. And technically, the authority to spend money ran out. But it doesn't really run out at the same time everywhere, because lots of government agencies have some pools of money that are kind of, that they have. They're like, well, our guys tell us we can spend this money because it was authorized before and we're spending on this stuff. But so through December and into January, more and more agencies ran out of money. They classify all employees as essential or inessential. And if you're an inessential employee, essentially, there's no authority to pay you anymore. So you stop coming into work.
You just go home and watch TV.
If you're an essential employee, they still don't pay you, but you still have to come into work, or you're still expected to come into work. And so throughout the first couple weeks of the shutdown, all of the essential employees were still coming in, still doing their jobs, with the expectation that this would get fixed and they would just pay us, retroactively, and everything would be great. It's happened before. It's never gone on this long, but it's happened before.
Right.
But the longer it went on, the more people that weren't getting paid had trouble paying their rent,
Right.
paying for childcare, deciding that whether they want to work for the government at all. And so pressure starts to build. And also there's all these other things that just aren't getting done at all because they're not considered essential.
Right.
And so pressure built up to a point that, 3.5-ish weeks ago, both houses of Congress passed another continuing resolution to get us through this Saturday.
Okay. And now we think
They have been negotiating, and Congress has passed, I believe Congress has passed both bills and sent them to the president for his signature. Technically, he has a couple weeks to sign them or veto them.
a couple of weeks, but if he doesn't sign it by Saturday,
But if he doesn't sign it by Saturday, it doesn't take effect. So
there'll be a shutdown.
the expectation is he will probably sign the bills.
tomorrow.
Or probably.
Yeah.
I don't want to predict anything with him. And once he signs the bills, they become law, and then there is no shutdown.
So the contentious part of these bills has been money allocation to build the border wall.
Yes, that's what they've said.
And I believe in these bills, they've allocated $1.5 billion.
They've allocated 1.1 billion or 1.5, I don't quite know, for additional border security.
Okay.
Some of that is for adding fencing, not a wall. Some of it is for additional employees to work on the border with Canada, on the border with Mexico.
Okay,
Some
so
of it
it's
is for drones and
general
cameras
border
and lots of other things.
Word on the street is Trump may sign this bill, but then at the same time, do his
Declare a national emergency.
to get the money he wanted for the wall.
Well, to repurpose money from other places, because he believes the situation on the southern border is a crisis, which Congress has not had the opportunity to consider and allocate funds to address.
They've been considering it for a long time.
I am not a lawyer, but I have read lots of stuff, and they've said it is difficult to believe that the courts would say the situation of the southern border qualifies as the type of crisis which the Emergency Act passed sometime in the 70s was designed to give the president flexibility for. So if a national emergency is declared, if funding is repurposed for the wall, it's going to be in court for a long time.
Okay. So it seems unlikely.
Yeah, get your seatbelt on.
My seatbelt on?
Yeah, because it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Bumpy ride.
Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of shutdowns in recent history. I remember in the Clinton administration, there was a shutdown. Has this been happening all throughout American history, or did something change for this to start happening?
It hasn't happened really before the 80s. Before, sometime in the late 70s, I think Carter's Attorney General gave an opinion for if Congress doesn't pass a budget, can the president continue to run the government? And before that, the theory was, well, Congress has passed a bunch of laws that says what the government has to do, and those laws are still in effect. And the president's job is to enforce the laws, so when the president pays people to do the jobs that Congress has previously authorized by legislation, that is just allowed, that it is Congress's fault that they didn't come up with where the money is going to come from. And that eventually has to be fixed. But you don't tell people to stop coming into work. And then the Attorney General said, well, I think this practice that's been going on for a long time is wrong. And then there were some very short shutdowns of like a couple days when the president and Congress couldn't agree. But very, very quickly, people would be like, you people just need to do your jobs, just figure something out. And I think the first significant shutdown was Newt Gingrich did it to Clinton.
Right, I remember that one. Up until now, that was the longest shutdown, correct?
Well, then there was another one when Obama was president.
That. Yeah, there were some.
This was the longest shutdown.
Yeah.
And I think the Newt Gingrich one in 96 or 98 might have been the second longest one.
Okay.
Or the longest one before this most recent one.
Right. But the legislation they passed this time isn't like an extension.
No, this is through September 30th.
September 30th. Is it likely we'll have another problem next October?
You never know. I kind of think both parties in Congress are a little tired of shutdowns.
Right.
And I know Nancy Pelosi in the House has said the next resolution they pass will just say there's an automatic continuing resolution if we don't pass a budget.
All right. I think we're being told that we're out of time.
Yeah, I see the credits going by.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
And I'm seeing the bullets flying by.
Yeah.
I don't want to catch anything on fire. So it's been great talking to you, Keith.
Yeah.
I think this time you got 400 points.
I did, yeah.
Our next episode will be on March 14th.
Yeah, I won't be here.
That's right. We'll have someone else.
Yeah.
A race car driver, I think.
I'll be on a boat.
Floating around. All right. Good job.